Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my corner of the internet. My name is Jason and today we're back with some more Distant Worlds universe. Last time we did stuff. I'm not going to run down the whole list, just because, you know what? I just want to get into things, and there's not really a whole lot to say. We basically continued fighting, we looked at the universe, and things are turning messy and very cool, and looks like we just completed research in fusion balance. So this has given us a new component, hyperfusion reactor. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's see. So we've got fusion balance. There we go. We've finally gone beyond, we'll say, the two-path system, and we now have fusion balance. So let's see. It's a hydrogen-based, we'll say, technology here. Let's see. Hydrogen. So previously we had. Let me see. What were we working with here? Actually, I think this one was kind of better, to be honest. The Caslon-based one. Energy output of 145 and storage capacity of 275. This one is definitely better than this one in every way. Now, the only difference I could see is, let's say, fuel units. Because the Caslon, it looks like 3.49 fuel units per 1,000 energy units. So I'm guessing it takes 3.49 fuel units to generate 1,000 energy units. Oh, so this is actually more efficient too. So fusion balance is just good across the board. Awesome. Okay, so the Caslon was less efficient, but gave us more power in general. But fusion balance is definitely a good thing. So we are going to be wanting to work that into all of our designs. Now we've got no more research going for under energy and construction. So we need to think about what we want to be developing here. Now, I'm going to actually, I realized I just started the episode, but I'm going to take a second to look over the text, because I don't want to get too far behind. Like, I'm kind of pushing up here, and I don't want to start pushing into these texts before I start getting some of the older ones. But at the same time, I feel like I could sort of, we'll say, steal some of those technologies. So I'm actually really curious. I'm really considering jumping onto, like, mega scale construction, get, you know, even larger ship sizes. Give me a second. All right. So basically I decided to go ahead with mega scale construction and then enhanced robotic repairs. And then I figured I would sort of backfill some of these. Now, my thinking is, a lot of these techs tend to be, you know, you have two different branches before you get to the better one. So you kind of have sort of side grades you'd be researching. And I'm kind of hoping I can maybe steal that research myself, and then I can get ahead in other areas. Now, one technology I'm really excited about while I was looking over things here, I saw this one right here, remote shield recharging. So restores the shield levels of nearby friendly ships when their shields drop below 50%. I can imagine slapping this on a couple of, like, resupply ships, or just slapping this on like all of my ships. So basically it creates like a big, we'll say, shield field, where the entire fleet becomes more powerful as a result of being a fleet, all recharging each other's shields. And that looks like it's gonna be some fantastic fun. I want to get this technology as soon as possible. So high storage capacitors. I'm gonna be on the lookout for maybe another empire that has that technology. So actually, let's go ahead and take a look at what are my intelligence agents doing. I believe are they done a mission? Let's take a look. Roll. Where are you guys? Intelligence agents. We have steal. Okay, so they're currently stealing, and they should be done. They still actually have a little ways to go. So when they're done their mission, I'm going to start poking around and seeing if I can't get that technology, because that'll be wonderful. I'm excited for that one. All right, now that we've got the new technology, I also want to make sure that we upgrade our designs. The small ones, the escorts, the frigates, and the destroyers, obviously they've already been automatically upgraded, but I feel like we should go ahead and at least upgrade our cruisers, our troop transports. Actually, troop transports I also want to come back to. Carriers, exploration ships, because new reactors are just generally a good thing to have. So let's auto-upgrade that, auto-upgrade that. And from what we saw last time, auto-upgrade basically just sort of replaces the new components. I'm making a dangerous assumption with that, though, because let me see. Size, 1310. It went down. I can't remember what the maintenance cost was, so, you know, like, for example, let me take a look at the defensive base. I'm pretty sure everything's still good. Shields, armor, yeah. It keeps things generally the same. So that should be fine. Now, one thing I am getting annoyed, though, with the troop transports. Let's go back and let's edit this upgrade. I find the range is terrible. let me see, a range of 25.84 sectors. And that's actually not too bad at all. But when I look at, like, say, my cruisers, and I see, wow, really 16? Okay, then never mind. The reason why, actually, you know, it might just be because they were recently upgraded. Because I've noticed when I'm looking at my fleets, what fleet was it I was looking at in particular? Right here, Strike Force Echo. I noticed that these troop transports here, they're all much lower on fuel than the rest of the fleet. So let me see what the range is on this particular design. 20. All right. So actually, it's quite possible that, yeah, well, okay, so I don't know. It's still more than what my upgraded cruisers. Actually, yeah. What are my old design cruisers? What how much? What's their range? 12. Actually, yeah. That's interesting that the troop transports still have a longer range, but yet they're the ones that are out of fuel. I guess they didn't fuel up. Okay, so I guess that's one reason why you should, we'll say, verify your information, because looking at this, you know, you would make the natural assumption, okay, the troop transports, they don't have as much range because they're running out of fuel. Oh, wait. This one's fueling up. I just noticed that the range is increasing. Okay, maybe they're fueling up. Even though it says load troops, some of these I believe have specific orders, and that might be it. Okay, my bad. We are good. We are good. All right, so basically, I've been waiting for my various strike forces to load troops and get all loaded up with, you know, troops, because, you know, that's what loading troops generally means. You know, and getting ready for battle, because. Like I mentioned before, we've kind of set our sights on Kalarba Major, this system here. Now, I think to do that, what would be a smart move is to go ahead and find ourselves one of our exploration ships. This one here is running out of fuel. Let's just go ahead and send that one back to retrofit. You as well. This guy here looks like he's got... Wait, that's Lost Shroud. That's a construction ship. My bad. A lot of these construction ships could use some retrofitting as well. But I'm looking for my exploration ships. Come on, game. I was using the hotkeys, but they've lumped exploration ships and construction ships together, I think. Let me double check that, make sure I'm not being stupid here. Exploration or colony ship. Oh, I am a dumb. All right. Well, let's see here. No mission. Where are you situated, though? You're right here in the middle. You know what? We've got long-range sensors on our bases. I'm going to use you to sort of fly up here. So go ahead and fly over there and maybe get us some information. Do a little bit of recon on that system, you know, before our attack. So I'm going to send an exploration ship up there, and that's going to be good. Retrofitting is complete. One of our planets is under attack from, ooh. Okay, so we're trying to set up our defenses here on this base, and we have Strike Force Charlie, who appears to be caught up in the mix. So, Strike Force Charlie, could you please do the honors of destroying our enemies? That would be fantastic if you could do so. Now, I don't want to get pulled away too far from the planet, because I know they're going to try to destroy like the bases that are currently still under construction. So, I'm a little bit concerned. They were just sort of sitting there, and that is bothersome. Maybe if I oh, that's right. I gotta give them the order to attack the enemy fleet. So if I zoom out a little bit, can I control click here? Attack. The strike. Well, let's see. Which fleet do I want to kill? The 69th or the 68th? 69th is that Honda Syndicate, you idiot. Right. So there we go. Now I've just gone ahead and I've given them the order to destroy this fleet in general. And hopefully they'll be able to defend the planet. Ah, crud. Come on, recruit some troops. Don't let the troop transports get to the planet. No, they're gonna start invading. I focused on the wrong target. I should have been paying attention to, I find all the ships kind of look the same. I should have been paying attention to what kind of ship. But then again, it actually looks like that. Oh, that was a frigate. That's a troop transport. And I can't tell if what kind of what troop numbers it has on there. But I would think that they would be dropping troops off. They wouldn't come and attack the planet without some troops, right? Okay, I guess they are. They're just using troop transports in their attack. Interesting. So the planet, is not being invaded, and they've just sent all of their ships into a meat grinder. I am okay with this. Okay, so it would appear that the Hackar Syndicate are about to lose a bunch of their ships. Nothing really too large, but I find that the Hackar Syndicate doesn't have a lot of very large ships. It tends to be mostly destroyers. I don't even know if they've got anything larger than a destroyer. Let me see. The destroyer size is 255. That's a frigate design. Sorry. Troop transport is size of 300. Destroyer size of 314. So if I look at we'll say technology scale, I'm going to go ahead and assume that they are probably sitting around. Yeah, they're at about this level here. Yeah, they definitely don't have the. I don't think they have anything larger. They have the one destroyer though is a size what 314. So I'm kind of curious as to how they managed that. I don't know if that's a ship they may have, commandeered or captured, and then they went retrofitted it or something. Or no, that would have reduced the size, wouldn't it? Huh. Well, either way, that was fun. It's kind of interesting that we're sharing a system now with the Roto Prime collective. I'm okay with that for now. You know what? I'm okay with that. As long as they're okay with sharing the space with me, we can continue our attack on the Hackonish Syndicate. All right. So while all that's going on over in that part of the galaxy, let's see, how is my expansion going? I'm kind of curious how many planets we still have queued up. 1, 2, 3 from the looks of things. So we've got 3 planets that are still queued up to, send colony ships out to. We could be going ahead and queuing up a bunch of other ones, but I don't want to expand too quickly. We initially queued up, I believe, 5 planets? And so I'm going to focus on getting those ones established before I start moving on further, because the more new planets you have, the weaker you are overall, right? Because there's a lot more points that the enemy can go ahead and start taking, and then it turns into this, capture, recapture kind of fight back and forth, trying to reclaim these planets. Nemban Defense Force, that's right, Nemban Junction. Let me take a look here. We've got troops, 231. Now, looks like Strike Force Alpha is actually currently refueling. They're almost ready, and they definitely have enough enough troops to take this planet. Strike Force Bravo is going to retrofit, so they're out of it for a little while. Strike Force Echo could probably take Nemban Junction, even though they've got a lower strength. I feel like we've got the units and we've got the space control. We would have enough modifiers to be able to take the planet. So where is Strike Force Echo? They're close enough. When I compare them to say the other, actually Strike Force Alpha is the closest. Yeah, we'll just go with Strike Force Alpha. And where are you? One of my basically Strike Force Alpha is ready with the exception of one ship. So as soon as that one ship is ready, because I want to be able to send them all in together. As soon as that one ship is ready, we will retake this planet with Strike Force Alpha. I've said 50 different plans throughout this thing. I'm like, all right, I'm going to send this guy here. I'm going to send these guys here. There's going to these guys here. And then the next episode, I'm like, okay, I'm change the plans. We're going to send this guy here and this guy here and this guy here. So sorry about, we'll say, the inconsistency there. Strike Force Charlie, how are you guys doing? You guys holding out? All right. I noticed there's some damage there. If you guys could... Actually, no. Do not get drawn out of the system. Do not get drawn out of the system. How about you go ahead and... stop. No, stop. I said stop. I would like you to stay in orbit over this planet, please. Just stay there for now. You've got the fuel. I don't think the damage is very heavy. Let me take a look here. 1 component damage. So even though it's showing red... This Strike Force Charlie is still very competent, and once I get them retrofitted, right, with the repair bots, we're not going to have anything to worry about. Now, I think I know what happened here. Darn it, guys, I'm trying to talk about things. Seriously. You're going to attack what? What are you guys trying to attack? You're going to be attacking a mining base in the Heiko system. Okay, that's nice. It'll be a while before you even get there. Anyways, this green planet, I was wondering, well, are they at war or something? But I noticed on the diplomacy screen here that the Great Kydian territory is at war with the Rhodian Hive. Okay. And the Rhodian Hive is at war with the Great Kydian territory and the Kenrith Prime territory. So what I think happened is the Rhodian Hive went in here and they actually managed to capture one of the Kyadian planets. After capturing the Kyadian planet, the Canarith Prime, what are they called? Territory, they came over and they captured the planet from the Rhodian Hive, thus establishing themselves as having a planet within Kyadian space. That's one thing that annoys me a little bit. I feel like that you should be able to be like, okay, give me my planet back, especially if it was previously yours. If there's a certain time frame. Whoa, hold on, what a second here. I just noticed a little purple circle show up here. Oh, it looks like the Rhodian Hive actually made another grab at the Kyadian territory. Looks like they actually managed to grab some more territory. Interesting. Looks like the Rhodians are putting up an interesting, or a decent fight here. Let's actually take a look at the comparison between those two empires. I focus so much on ours. I think it would be interesting to see how these different factions measure up. So you got the Great Kyadian territories up here, and then you got the Rhodian Hive is way down there. Let's actually look at just straight numbers. Straight numbers. Kyadian territory military strength is 31,800, and the Rhodian Hive is 14,538. So yeah, they definitely don't have the military strength to, we'll say, crush the Kyadian territory, but like I mentioned in an earlier episode, you know, even a weaker force can be a pain. They can, you know, they could be a pain. There we go. Lunar Major 1 has been colonized. Excellent. The quality on this planet is absolutely terrible. Why did I take this planet? I'm like, I don't know why I wanted this planet. Oh, the Techno Nexus. What does the Techno Nexus do? Where is it? Lunar Major 1. What does it do? I don't know what it does. Do I need to just click on it? There, let's click on it. Plus 25% development bonus for the colony and empire-wide high-tech research bonus. Gotcha. I wanted it for the research bonus. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll just set up a... Yeah, there we go. A quick sort of garrison on this planet. Some of our weakest units. Select colony. We're gonna go to the colony. We'll zoom in on that. And we will want to set up a small spaceport and a defensive base, just because I like to have some defense for my various places. Now that's supposed to give us a high-tech research bonus. Freak, it looks like the writing goes right off the screen here. Let's see, high-tech research, 52% from the Sapphire Palace, 52% from Scientists at Station, Cassitor Weapons Facility, high-tech research from Ruzin Technology Installation. It doesn't actually look like I got a bonus from that. All right, well, or maybe it's just off the screen. That is something that annoys me a little bit, because I feel like I'm only getting half of the information. I'm not getting all of the information here. You know, I could be getting a bonus from it. I could not be. I'm not too sure. You know what would have worked? I should have taken a look at what my total research potential, I think, or total actual output was before. Yeah, I should have taken a look at what it was before and see if there was any sort of increase. That would have been a great way of checking. I think in the last video I was on this screen, so I'll go back to the last video and take a look at what my actual output is for my research here. But that's because actually let's look at total research capacity. They actually appear to be even numbers, which implies that as far as all the bases go, I have them evenly set up to research. Okay. And the actual output includes bonuses. So I just need to go back, like I said to the previous video, and see if the high-tech bonus was high-tech research was lower than this. Okay, cool. And then we will be able to see if this planet was worth taking for us. I certainly hope it was. I hope, because it's not going to be worth much for us, and we'll say the money department. But I've noticed that there's a lot of planets that they have like these bonuses, but they have very low quality, and it's very interesting. All right, so Strike Force Echo, you guys were loading troops still. You guys should be just, I think you guys are done. So Strike Force Echo, why don't we go ahead and make some use of you guys? Well, Jason probably, I don't think we will, because those troop transports are low on fuel. Man. And we have a pirate cruiser, because, hey, yeah, sure, pirates. Yeah, alright, that's cool. Just come on in and Try to fight us, pirates. That's very smart of you. If you damage this ship, okay. I'm like, I just finished getting these guys ready for combat. I'm like, if this pirate came in and holy cow, he's doing a ton of damage to this carrier. I'm not happy. I just got these guys ready for combat. You're a jerk. Alright, well, prepare and refuel, guys. I want to make sure that everyone's ready to go. And, you know, you could say, Jason, it's good enough. They're completely combat effective. Yeah, I could. And in fact, I still may. We have spent enough on this war. Let's end it now. Is it a deal? No, we will fight on. Because I'm a horrible warmonger. I think they know what's happening. They're like, oh no, we're about to lose. We're about to lose a lot. All right, so our exploration ship is in Naxilian Union. We request your help against the Ralden Corporation. I'm curious. They want to give us a bunch of stations, and I should have looked at this menu here. They want this other thing. Let's make a different deal. How about we actually just don't have a deal? No. Jason, it probably would have been in your best interest to be able to see. Yeah, I should have gone up here to message history and then taken a look at here. I don't think it would have been worth it though. It never is. Whenever the computer will say offer something, usually it's not in your best interest. All right, Kalarba Major, we have an exploration ship nearby. Let's go ahead and see what, dang. That's a lot of ground troops. This is going to be actually a pretty impenetrable planet to this is their home system. If we crush this, their entire empire falls. Dang. That is definitely okay. I'm debating now. I'm like, do I just make sure all of my strike forces are at peak? They're all at peak strength, and then we just come in and crush this entire the system all at once. Because it's going to take all of our strike forces to be able to manage that. Huh. Or am I setting my sights too high? Am I getting a little bit too what's the term I'm looking for? I'm getting a little bit too zealous? Yeah. Because I'm like, dang, what would be my in on this in this world? Because this planet here is very well defended. Oh man, we got another planet that's been colonized. We're gonna be spending a bunch of money on let's say troops. There we go. Defense, fighting. They're not human troops, unfortunately. They're not as efficient, but they'll have to do for now. Defensive base. All right. Caliber Major 4 might have to wait. Actually, you know what? We could probably take it. If we did it like a combined attack with every one of our strike forces at the same time, we could likely take it. Yes, I think we're going to do it. Strike Force Delta, what are you guys currently doing? Okay, you're holding the... That's right, you're holding this system until our defensive fleet can get back here. Actually, wait, the defensive fleet is... No, that's not a defensive fleet. Those are just my floater units. Why are, Hey, yo, guys. You know, the guys who are over on this side of the system, why aren't you over there, you know, attacking them? You should be. Because, you know, okay. Hey, Jason, you don't have them automated. I know. It's like I'm trying to... Okay, Jason, slow down for a second here. Here's what the problem is. The problem is you're trying to get your strike forces to do too much. You need to actually be establishing defensive fleets and just allowing them to do their job. So, what system is this? This is Heiko. Okay. And Heiko, do you have a defensive fleet? You should have a defensive fleet. Let me see. Heiko, do you have a defensive fleet? Wait, no, I called it Loros. You do have a defensive fleet. Where are you guys? Let's say select fleet. And you guys are at the planet Luros. Okay. So you guys are automated and you guys are in the system and you're defending the system currently, and okay. I guess they don't feel any sort of danger. I guess this mining station is getting just totally destroyed, but that's cool. Just go ahead and let the floaters deal with it. Okay, finally they showed up. All right, Jason, less micromanaging. All right. I got a little bit scared when I saw the Kalarba Major, because that's basically their equivalent of the blue system, or the blue system planet, or blue planet system, or the blue system. It's basically their version of it. So, now I'm debating, because that is going to be a major. I'm gonna have to really hit that really hard. How strong are those defensive bases? That's something I didn't consider. I know they've got a bunch of defensive bases around their home planet, but what's the size on them? We're looking at a size of 994. Firepower of 404. Okay, so if I were to compare that to, say, our defensive bases, what kind of firepower do we have on ours? Let's see, defensive base. Go to edit just to see our firepower. Our firepower is 950. So our defensive bases are twice as strong as their defensive bases. What about our cruisers? How much firepower do our cruisers bring? So each of our cruisers has about half the firepower of one of those defensive bases. So if we bring two defensive bases, or two cruisers in for every one of these defensive bases, we'll be matching the firepower roughly. Now, shields, 4,320. Let me see here. What kind of shields are we looking at? Let me look at Strike Force Echo, because they're the retrofitted designs, our newest designs. Shields, only 930. So, yeah, our cruisers are definitely not... even two cruisers is definitely not a match for one of these defensive bases. We would need at least, I would say, 4 cruisers per defensive base at a minimum. And that's not considering the large spaceport either, which has quite a bit of... health to it as well. I'm wondering if any pirates would actually, yeah. Let's throw some mercenary missions here. See if some pirates want to make some quick money. Actually, yeah. Let's put a bunch of bounties on like all these different systems. Holy crap! I've got to take into account all the ships that they're going to be sending in. Mining station. Resort base. I'm going to put prices on everything. I'm going to try to harass them using mercenaries. And then maybe when they're in a weakened state, then I'm going to basically hit them with every single one of my attack fleets at the same time. Yeah. All right. So that's our long-term game plan. I'm going to be basically putting all these missions out here for pirates. I don't know how strong pirates are right now in this sort of region of space. Hopefully, they're tough. And hey, we'll be giving them a whole lot of money. So. There's a lot of opportunity here for mercenary work. Yeah, there we go. We're helping out the mercenaries a little bit. I'm not scared of pirates at this point at all in the game. So this will be interesting. So I assign all these. We warn you to remove your military ships from our system. We had military ships in your system? Well, let's see. I have a. This is not your system, buddy. I have a mining station up here, and it is in my best interest to defend it. Uh-oh, Jason, it looks like... Wait. They don't even have a colony in the system. This is not your system. Back off. Like, I get that their sort of their border, their influence border, does sort of encapsulate this, but... dang, I think we might be running into some problems with the Nexilians in the near future. Because technically, I have a mining base here, and they've got nothing else established in this system, so that is my system. Well, I guess it's kind of a neutral system that I happen to be mining in. It's not technically yours until you actually have a colony, so... Huh. Alright. Let's see here. All right, our agent, Hugo's, actually, a couple of our agents, I believe, completed their missions. So, let's see, Matthias, let's see, and Hugo went ahead and they finished their mission, and we got a breakthrough in the new component, reactive armor. We've got so many new techs, I'm like, I don't want to go ahead and have to retrofit again. But you know what? It's going to be useful. Let me see the difference between our old armor and our new armor. We got ablative metal, so that's a reactive rating of 7 and a rating of 25. If we look at our old stuff, that's actually a significant difference. This armor is a lot better than the old one. Yeah. So, you know, as much as I want to go ahead and make these attacks, and maybe I'm focusing too much on making attacks, because I'm thinking about, you know, what am I using as a measurement of making progress in this game? You know, when I'm playing for you guys, I'm like, I always feel like I'm trying to push forward and make some sort of progress. But, you know, in actuality, I feel like, you know, making attacks, that's something that eventually happens, but it shouldn't be the prime focus. And I understand that, you know, basically we're at war, so this is definitely where I'm spending most of my attention to make sure that, you know, things are good on the front. But really, I need to just sort of play things smart, and the smart thing to do is say, hey, Strike Force Alpha, we got new types of armor. We should probably be outfitting you with some new armor. So let's go ahead and auto upgrade those designs. So those are what, Mark 7s at this point, troop transports. There we go, carriers, the exploration ships. Basically, auto upgrade everything, and that's going to include the new armor. There we go. And we need to go ahead and retrofit those. We need to get our strike forces in the best condition they possibly can be, because we're going to be sending them right into, let's say, the heart of the enemy territory. And we can't have our strike forces tied down to defense. So, retrofit Strike Force Alpha. Retrofit Strike Force Bravo. Bravo, I said. Retrofit Strike Force Charlie, Delta, and Echo. And then what I'm going to do is, while they're retrofitting, I'm going to go ahead and just build a ton of troops. And then they can go ahead and load all those troops, and we can start our invasion. And it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a fun time. There's going to be music and streamers and balloons. It's going to be amazing. So, you know what? Yeah, we're going to just sort of calm down, slow down, and enjoy the ride. All right, so since I'm not going to be focusing too much on war because we're still doing preparation, and I'm sorry. Yeah, we've established other colonies. Now, since we've established other colonies, I'm curious as to what their development is. Let me go ahead and take a look. Where are our small colonies, our brand new ones? They're not too happy just yet. Okay. And it looks like some of them, some of our... Okay. I'm actually going to look over my tax rates a little bit more, because we are building a lot more. A lot more stuff right now. A lot of troops. Retrofitting that's going to increase the value of our ships. That's going to increase the maintenance cost. So we're going to need a little bit more money. Let's see. These guys here have a happiness of 30. All right. Let's go ahead and add another 5% tax on this one. What did I say I wanted the maximum to be? It was like 30? I think I was good. I said a tax rate of 30 is my absolute maximum that I want to go up to. Poor Blue Planet, 50% tax. Yeah, every other planet I'm going to make a maximum of 30, but the Blue Planet's that one exception. They're kind of holding the weight of the entire empire on their shoulders. All right, 30, that's high enough. Because if something should happen, you know, another, you know, a leader change, revolution, if it knocks down the happiness too much, you know, we had a bit of a scare like that a little while back. Holy cow, you guys are really happy. 72. You know what? I'm just gonna jack you guys straight up to 30 right off the bat. Wow. Then again, the planet's still growing. Like, take a look at that. You got an amazing growth right now. All right, let's put it up to 10. That way, we still have room to move. We can still, you know, work our way up. You guys are pretty good. We'll put you up to 5% there. Resu, yep, sure. We'll add another 3% onto you guys. Planet Loros, up to 20%. Chuika? Yeah, that's how I would say it. 10% there, and Bisteni Major 1. We're gonna go ahead and add another 5% onto them. Just because I want to, like I said, increase that cash flow to sort of offset the extra expenses we're going to be incurring. All right. So as I mentioned earlier, our intelligence agents did complete their work, right? So as mentioned earlier, I did want to see if anyone had high storage capacitors, so that we could start working on advanced shields and getting remote shield recharging, which sounds amazing. So we're gonna go ahead and see if anybody who's an easy, we'll say steel, has those what is it? Darn, I've already forgot what it's called. High capacity or high something. Darn it, brain, work with me here. High storage capacitors. There we go. High storage capacitors. I can remember this. Let's see. Intelligence agents. We want the one with the highest espionage, because this we might have to take a not so easy target. So Mathia Keski. Let's see, do the Rhodian Hive have the secrets of whatever that happens to be? They do not. What about the Rotor Prime Collective? Yeah, Jason, let's tick them off. No, they don't have that either. Darn it, I'm gonna have to start moving into maybe some of the more advanced ones, which kind of scares me. Steel research on, nope, Noxilian Union doesn't have it. What about the Great Meridian Alliance? Oh, that's a dangerous move. But they don't have it either. Wakaris Federation? Steel research on super beam weapons, maximize thrust, high storage capacitors, right there. That's what I want. 98% chance. Oh, the Wakaris Federation. You guys are my new favorite target. All right, let's see. Hugo. No, not that's the wrong Hugo. Hugo. There you go. Wakaris Federation, you guys have got some pretty poor counter-espionage. I'd like to go ahead and, where are they? I'm like, where'd they go? They're hiding from me. There they are, at the very bottom. Steel research, what else have you got? Super beam weapons, wave weapons. You know, maximize thrust output. I want to get my ships a little bit speedier. There we go, so we're stealing 2 more pieces of, we'll say, research. And, oh, that is amazing. Awesome. I'm happy. Now, I'd like to be, like I said, even more ahead of everyone technology-wise, because I feel like technology is that thing that if you can get ahead in technology, you can dominate everything. So, I was actually looking at the cost to, we'll say, initiate crash research on mega-scale construction, and I could do it because it's actually 3.5 million. But I don't want to spend that much money. I want to have a little bit of money in case. So, instead I decided, hey, let's go ahead and, actually, yeah, I've got 4 million, that's right. So instead I would go ahead and maybe initiate crash research on some of these other technologies like armored shock forces or ultimate troop transport. So, here we have it right here, 300 grand, that's fine by me. And ultimate troop transport, what are you going to cost me? Actually, maybe I'll wait on that one. That one's going to cost 800 grand. I'm not sure I want to spend that much just yet. Like, yes, I've got a lot of money, and, you know, you might say, well, go ahead and use it. But I think it's very important to have that money in case you really need to tap into it. Because let's think about this. Let me see. Build order screen. If I wanted to, let's see. The advisor suggests we build this many troops or these many ships. I'm curious, how much would that cost? What would that bring our? How much would that cost us to build? So let's say, you know, we say had war declared on us by the Great Meridian Alliance, and we needed to go into like overdrive, building all kinds of ships. You know, let's go ahead and, you know, let's throw some more cruisers on there as well. And I can't build capital ships yet. Okay. Troop transports. We'll go ahead and build maybe the suggested amount, 29. You know, another 4 carriers. You know, 7 resupply ships. And all that. That's actually only 600 grand. It would kill our cash flow in maintenance costs. But, you know, I like to have, you know, a decent amount of money there, because if I wanted to go overkill, I'd be like, oh crap, I really need help. I could go ahead and actually go to the point where my cash flow goes into the negative, and I would have the excess money to be able to maintain that for a little while. So that's part of the reason why I like to have a lot of money on hand, you know, in case of emergency like that. Now, on that note, though, I've got to keep in mind, I'm doing a lot of building and retrofitting right now, and I noticed a couple notices about shortages in resources. So let me take a look at, we'll say the expansion planner. I want to see if I'm actually short on any sort of resources here. We've got, let's see, we've got my store, my available supply in my empire, for example, Zentavia fluid. Actually, no, let's look at something that every ship is using, hydrogen. I've got 26 sources of hydrogen. The price is very low because it's very abundant. So I've got a lot of stores of hydrogen. I've got 3,470.5K. And currently in transit, we've got, what, 43K? That's still under my control. And the Galaxy's, what is it, the Galaxy supply? Yeah, that's pretty high. And across the galaxy, that's how much is being transmitted. So really, we have way too much hydrogen. We don't need a whole lot of hydrogen, but the demand is right here. Basically, unfulfilled, outstanding requests in the galaxy. So in the galaxy, there's still 276K that is needed somewhere. Kazlon is actually going up as well. There's actually quite a bit of a demand for Kazlon. And I'm wondering if that's because maybe some of the other empires are, we'll say, have a greater demand for it. Maybe they're still using Kazlon-based reactors and stuff. So that's an interesting way to look at it. So I just wanted to make sure that I've got enough sources to fulfill, let's see, all the requests in my empire, because my empire actually has very low requests for anything. Because we look at unfulfilled, outstanding requests in our empire. Right now, there's what? 2.4K, and in transit, we've got 127K. So stuff is moving. It just needs to get to all of the different locations. So, like for example, let's look at the blue planet. This is our longest standing planet, right? There should be no shortages ever at this planet. We've got look at the amounts here. We've got so many resources on this planet. And yeah, we've got so many resources on this planet that we don't have to worry about anything there. Now we look at one of our like new planets, for example, like Kree, and we look at the cargo there. Actually, it's not too bad, to be very honest. They're pretty good. Maybe a Lunar Major? Looks like they have shortages. So Kree looks like, based on its location, it's a little bit closer to the blue planet. But we look at Lunar Major 1, which is over here, closer to the front, and also being a new colony, we've got, you know, much fewer resources, and we've actually got complete shortages. So I think that's just something that will happen with time. You know, as we allow, you know, the freighters to move stuff around, and we give stuff time. These different locations will become, you know, they'll become more fortified. They'll become stronger, more set. It'll be good. All right, so our engineers have completed their research in, what was it, advanced shock forces? Right down here, armored shock forces. So now we need to, we'll say, choose some more, we'll say, offensive or more weapon-based things. So, I think keeping with my, we'll say, style of, you know, maybe shooting for, we'll say, the more high-tier technologies and sort of backfilling through stealing research, I'm wondering if we should go to beam intensification. Let me see. Currently, we do what? 20 damage at a range of 390. There's a nice range bonus, range boost up here at beam intensification. Energy used 28, same amount. Speed is higher. That is, and it's what would be nice about this one too is I wouldn't need to retrofit anything because it would be an improvement to the Titan beam. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and choose beam intensification. And I feel like maybe we should bump up our fighters a little bit. So maybe we'll go ahead with medium torpedo bombers, and that will open up research into advanced fighters. And then maybe we'll also grab... do I want... Yeah, advanced missile bombers. Now I could go ahead and start a dual phase point defense. What does this do? Close-in weapon system that fires deadly bursts at enemy fighters, disabling or destroying them. What about the... What's the difference between this one and this one? Let's see, damage 6, range 190. This one has got higher range. This one uses more energy. Huh. I don't really know if that really matters. For now, you know, I'm just going to stick with those two up there. And let's see. I haven't taken a look at some of these. I haven't really made it too far down here. What have we got? Integrated installation. So increases the attack strength of newly recruited planetary defense units. Okay. Multi-layered planetary defense. So increases the interception accuracy of all planetary defense units against invaders. Okay. Assault Marines. Improved boarding attack strength. Boarding. You know, that's something I haven't played around too much with. I do have, let's see, shipboarding and improved assault techniques. What about heavy ship assault? Let me see. Assault strength is 65 and shield penetration of 30. So I believe you need to get the enemy's shields down to 30? What about here? Shield penetration of 50. Heavy ship assault. That would actually, I think, make it so that, if I recall correctly, that would also make it so that it's harder for them to attack your ship. Let me see. Short-range shuttles that allow boarding and capture of enemy ships or bases. Assault pods transport a small team of commandos to the enemy target, which they can board only if the shields are low enough. Assault pods can be shot down by point defense weapons. So that is something to consider as well. I think... What about superior assault tactics? Increase the attack strength of newly recruited infantry. That would mean that we would need fewer infantry too for invasions. What about impenetrable structures? It's a wonder. Oh, actually, the Mercator Planetary Fortress. So an impenetrable stronghold with heavy defensive weaponry. Defense against invasion is increased for the colony with this wonder. Note that each wonder may only be built once in the galaxy. You must be okay. So colony development, colony defense, and an annual maintenance of 10,000. So basically, whatever we establish this on would be it would be incredibly difficult for the enemy to take. I'm actually wondering if we should slap this on Loros. You know, the planet with the Loros fruit. That would really solidify us in that region, and would make it so that we were not at high risk of losing that valuable resource. You know, let's go to impenetrable, really tough structures. And then after that, I'm thinking of going ahead and maybe grabbing... I don't know, superior assault tactics. Sure. Superior assault tactics and then heavy ship assault. Point defense could be good. Maybe I want to grab that too. All right, there we go. I'm not sure if that's the order I necessarily wanted in, but I've gone ahead and I've selected them. So we're going to go ahead and live with those choices. All right, unfortunately, not a whole lot happened there. We kind of just sort of did stuff. I have moved the clock up a little bit. Things are happening, and I am actually, unfortunately, out of time. But I've been recording for about, what, like, about an hour now, at least. Yeah, I am out of time. So, if you like the video and you like the content and you would like to see more of it, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, leave it a thumbs down. Either way, let me know what you thought in the comments section. And until next time, I would like to ask you all to game on.